Okay, hello, hi, is everything working? I think it is. Seems like my sprite is working. There's a little white spot under my elbow. Why? I think it's from the image where I got the hat from. I think that's a little piece of Neura's skirt or something that I forgot to remove. Alright, hello, hi, welcome back once again to the workshop. Today we had a very interesting day, kind of a slow one, but we finally finished the first layer of the caramel hair for Neuro. We'll open it later, hopefully. So right now we're gonna have a stream on 3D because we need to redesign a little bit of a mold. And hopefully it will not take too long, and hopefully we can end the stream before lunch break, and after that we can move straight into new people. Yes, oh yeah, hi, welcome Itinictron. Also, oh yeah, on that news, yesterday it was really fun. We raided Ellie and they all recognized my work and they were very like hyped of me visiting and all of that. It was very exciting. I was very flattered, and yeah, it was crazy. And also we got followed by Shumimi in Twitter, which is also really cool. And yeah, I don't know, just had a really fun experience with that raid. I'm really glad we did that raid this time around. So other than that, so yeah, today we are going to be making the changes. Let me set stuff up. We're gonna change them. There we go. The mold, because as we saw, there was one mold that was not working very well. And it's this one, the flat mold for the hair. It's working decently, but it's not great because the shape is just weird. So yeah, we're gonna see if we can make an alternate version of this, and hopefully, yeah, make it quick enough so we can leave it printing soon. I don't think it's gonna be that. That's cool. Meanwhile, I'll play some more AA today and managed to not only reach floor. You made it to floor 3. Hell yeah! Almost beat it. Wow. Had the air disc and psychic pull spell. The psychic pull is the like the gravity one, but not the push one. The one that's like a black hole, kinda, a little black hole that you throw. Also had the sun ult. I haven't tried the sun ult too much, so yeah, that's interesting. Let's see. I don't know when I'll have time. Maybe if we finish this soon, I can play a couple of rounds of Abandoned Archive, but we need to hurry up then. But yeah, so here's the head, and this is what we're gonna be dealing with right now. So we need a shape that goes through. The only problem is that this thing is very hard to slice. Unless... Oh, for real. No. So the part that we need to cover is the magnet zone, which is this one. All of this needs to be properly covered because this is what will lock in both the hair and the other part. Maybe we can... Yeah, maybe something like this will work. Yeah, I see the vision. Alright, so for the sake of my sanity, do this. Let's see if we can select all the faces of a line. Let's go a little bit overboard. Doesn't really matter. We can go back if we need more polygons for some reason, but I'm also trying to make it more than what we need, probably. this front part might be a little bit iffy. And also because it's part of the boolean, so it's gonna be weird. It's okay, we don't need this part. So we're gonna be working with this sculpt then. Stuck in a bunch of bounces makes it, oh, the air thing. So what I think it's useful from those spells, I've been looking into both the air bounce honestly has never caught my attention, but you make a fair point there. But both the air bounce and the shockwave, well, the electric ball, I feel like they can be very useful because they keep stacking damage. So you could just throw it, have it stay out for a while, and just switch to another spell and do other stuff and let the spell keep working by itself. So that's the only thing I've found that's not great with the light beam. The light beam seems to be it takes all of your concentration, so to speak. So when you're using the light beam, you cannot be doing anything else. So you're sort of spending most of your time. So maybe if you threw something that kept bouncing around and doing its own stuff, then you can keep your long lightning blast or something for a while. But I haven't thought of it. I think we could try a couple builds, but I've been, well, yeah. Right now I'm very stressed because Neuro's birthday is right around the corner, and I don't know if we'll be able to finish this on time, but hopefully we will. Okay, so we got this. Now, another thing that would be helpful here would probably be the hair, which I should have somewhere around here. What the hell? This is not from the Unbeatable soundtrack. What the? Did we finish the soundtrack that quickly? No way. Oh, it's because we skipped to the last one. Throw it and keep dodging Nuru. Yeah, something like that maybe could work. Black hole spell plus air disc also works great. Black hole. So I struggled a lot with black hole because in order to. Oh, you mean the black hole spell or the black hole ult? Yeah, black hole spell might work, but what I've been thinking is that the black hole ultimate, I found it a little bit risky because you need to go close to enemies, especially bosses. Spell, not ult. Yeah, okay, so a spell is pretty safe. That is true. I wonder, like, I've seen there's people who've made it to floor 30 and stuff, and I'm wondering, how do you make it so far? Like, what kind of spells do you have by level 30? How strong are your spells by that point? Okay, so just as a reference, I'm placing this because this is also part of what defines how we set up everything, and it's the hair. This silly little hair stuff. Now, here's my problem with this stuff. It was clearly not designed for being printed. It was designed for being stuck inside the 3D realm and looking pretty. When I try to print it, it acts weirdly because it's not fully fitting perfectly around the body, and can be kind of a hassle to arrange this in place. Yeah, look at that. Just arrange it from the inside, and on the outside it still looks like it's all over the place. But okay, something like this will work. I need this as a reference because I need to know where am I gonna place all of this stuff. Now, what else do we need here? So this is the basic shape that we actually need. Okay, it doesn't look that impossible. I think we could remove a couple of levels from here. So this hole is important because this hole is where we're gonna fit the rest of the, well, the magnet. We're gonna still keep stuff in place with a magnet and another magnet. The seed spill seemed interesting. You got a mechanic where it shoots faster the less you're moving. You could see it working with things with stun. The problem is that stuns don't work. Freaking stuns are terrible when it comes to bosses. And honestly, I feel like I only need the stuns for bosses because in general mobs, I don't, like when I'm playing decently, I barely get hit. Continuation of my message. Let me see if I read your previous message because I've been kind of locked in. Was skeptical of it at first, but when I just rolled with it, as I already mentioned, I almost beat floor 3 the very first time I got into it. And the sun ult can also heal. Oh, it can heal. Okay, I just stacked a bunch of heals per floor upgrades on it. I'm going to use that strategic. Okay. So yeah, heal can be very valuable. I think that's there's a chance to heal 1 heart. Okay, that makes it. And what if you have? Oh, okay, once per floor, but you need to re-upgrade it, or is it like you can heal once per floor and just go on with your day and you can heal again later? Well, I don't know if it's an upgrade that you need to buy every floor in order to be able to be healed, or once you buy it you can be healed every single floor, just not. Yeah, because that sounds very convenient, because again, I usually don't get hurt a lot outside of boss battles, so I wouldn't mind, not exactly 100% sure how it works exactly. Okay, don't worry. I wouldn't mind like saving it for boss battles or just using it if I need a heart, but not really for the damage stuff. The one I've been looking forward, one I think I could roll with, like with my playstyle most likely, but I'm not sure if it's not that great of a spell, is the Thunder Fist. I think we talked about this yesterday. I'm not sure if it was with you, but yeah, like the Thunder Fist seems to be very. Okay, you know what? Let's keep this, and first let's arrange our strands. I think that's gonna be more important than this. So we got this guy. I need to arrange these strands all over. So this thing's cut. Well, this is fine, right? I think the biggest problem with the Sun Ult is that it seems really rare. Really? I've seen it, well, I mean, to me, in my playthroughs, I think the rarest ult has been the Crystal Fists. I think that was the final spell I got to discover. And yeah, it was after a while of playing. I didn't even know the crystal element existed until I found that spell. Oh, no, until first I found the crystal ball thing, and then I found the crystal fists. Okay, so what we can do here is, first of all, so I used to do some bending here with deformers. You can use some automatic tools that can help you bend stuff. like this. I think this is gonna be a wrong way. But now the problem with this, yes, it is wrong way. The problem with this stuff is because it's just a mathematical model applied, it doesn't really care about keeping the proportion of your thing. So if you do this and you just trust the process and do this like this, you could be having some sort of deformation like this. Like I'm making it very exaggerated so you can see it, right? But here you can see clearly that it's a completely different shape compared to the original, right? They're being elongated and twisted and stuff. And because it's just a mathematical model, I think that was the problem, that when I bent it, it seemed like it would work, but when I made the real thing, it just didn't fit in place. So I think instead of doing this, I'm gonna have to go the long route and one by one start to, to arrange the little strands in place. So I only need to do half of them and then the other half will be done by this. Why isn't this centered? What's going on? I don't like this. I do not like this. Looks centered, doesn't it? Not quite. All right. So yeah, this is what we'll be doing. So let me grab this thing over here. So this is the upper hair. This is the one that we already have. And that seems to be working all right. And it stands like this, right? I'm just having this as a reference because it could need to be moved further or back depending on the length of these things. And we'll see that in a minute. I should change only position orientation. Mine's probably bubble ult. I think I've only seen it thrice so far. Bubble ult I did see a bunch of times in my runs. In my very first runs, I found it like 5 or 6 times. However, I tested it against the cowboy boss and just got very disappointed with it not actually holding him or freezing him, so it was kind of useless. So I abandoned all the stun crowd control ults. They're very good for like lots of enemies, but that's kind of pointless because I've never had a problem with lots of enemies. But they suck when fighting bosses, and that's been a big problem for me. Okay, now it's centered, kind of. So yeah, we start with this like this. We can rearrange it softly, but now the important part here is to have this be the same length. Doesn't look like it. Alright. Yeah, this thing shouldn't be longer than the other ones because I need those guys to go all the way down. I don't think I knew the other ones get bad in the later floors. Hi, maybe by the way, break out to the end. Hi, and bye, by the way, break out to the end. Alright, take care of Delphink. Yeah, I don't know. Like the only place where I've had trouble with the mobs up until now, yeah, I think they might get tricky in the future. I mean, if there's 100 floors, there'll probably be tougher stuff. But the only place where I've had trouble with the mobs is in the anarchy switches. Yeah, it's very rare. I think I got it only twice. Well, I like them. So I only take a greed if I get it on the first floor, because I feel like the first floor is kind of a breeze. And I was on sort of almanac to see what spells you have and haven't found. I think that would be nice, but I think well, I don't know if there's more spells in other floors. So tell us, you that made it to the mythical floor number 3, was there anything new there that you had never seen before, like a new relic or a new spell, something that wasn't one of the elements that you see? Well, new enemies I could believe, like, and when we made it to floor 2, we found a new enemy, which was the like necromancer guy who casts and makes like a hand out of nowhere. So I'm guessing there has to be another enemy at the very least, and another boss, of course. I just don't know what the if there's anything different from, yeah, like relics wise or equipment wise. Yep. What did you find? You can spoil us. Did you find new spells? Found 2 new enemies. Okay, but that's about it. Didn't see any new relics. Yeah, that's kind of weird to me, because I feel like if there's no new relics, you'll run out of relics by floor 5. And you'll only be offered stupid glass clutches and glass eyes, which are terrible. So how do I make it? So I would like, ideally I would like to have this hairs be the same length as this one's. Now the problem is I don't really know how to view that, since these things are kind of hard to move around. So I designed this so this thing should be shorter than the main ones, yes. But here it's way down. Yeah, maybe that's something I should have taken into account from the start. This thing's starting all the way. It should be pretty easy to get to floor 3 now. Air Disc's probably my go-to spell, really? Alright, well, give it a shot and let me know if... So maybe I'll try Air Disc a little bit more. I've never been very fond of Air Disc. I like the Air Blade a little bit more, especially because it reduces cooldown. But yeah, maybe I should try to experiment a little bit with higher cooldowns, since there's a lot of spells to... Well, like having 4 spells means you can have like longer cooldowns and not worry about that and just keep switching between them. Decided to do some runs before Evil Karaoke stream. Oh, we got Evil Karaoke today? Ah, that's fun. I wish I could watch it without getting demonetized here. So yeah, I'm struggling a little bit here. It was designed to be all the way up here, maybe. Yes, today. Ah, how fun. Right. I don't think I'll be able to make it, but I think it's gonna be cool. Okay, so this thing... Okay, whatever, you know. We need to set this up. So I feel like we need be back in 30. All right, good luck. Tell me your progress if you make any. Hi Dibadaba, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. Oh, also, I did see a couple of Grande posts on the Discord. Let me see if that's... You know what, I could measure the real thing. Give me a sec, I'll be right back. Okay, so from the magnet going down, the longest strands should be 11 centimeters. And that's a very good starting point here. So let's grab this over here, here. And there we go. And this is how long my hair should be, which is not a lot. Okay. And 11. What's 11 times 5? That's 55. So I just use that as general scale. Like in general, the scale of all my puppets, I try to keep them at 1 to 5 proportions. Hi Gigahertz, Julian. Yo, just joining in. What's the 3D for? So a lot of stuff I make, I start with 3D printed parts. And then I mold and cast into silicone shapes because I have a little bit of experience sculpting, but sculpting can be very slow. I'm not sure if it's just a me thing or it's a general part of the process, but sculpting physically with clay is very slow, especially if you want a decent, like, clean finish. So what we're doing right now, Julian, is we are making a mold for the lower layer of the hair. I already have made one, but I think I didn't plan it through very well. Are you streaming AA today? if I finish this soon enough before lunch and I start the prints, yes, we could play a little bit of AA, but other than that, I'm not sure. I really want to keep working on this stuff because I feel like the time's starting to run us over. But yeah, maybe we could... bots. I hate those bots. But yeah, we could play a little bit if I manage to make this quickly enough, which I'm trying to. Okay, so let me see. So this looks fine, then 11 centimeters is what we need, so we'll do something like this. Then we'll have to crop. So I'll keep this one for good measure, and then I'll cut this one. So yeah, we're making the mold. So this is the layer that we already have, the upper layer of the hair. We already made this with silicone. Now we're making a mold for this under layer here. So what I want is to see if we can make it so that it's clean, quick, and easy. So I'll try to separate . That is okay, we can work with that. Same dealio to you. But rather, I like to have a little bit of a gap so that the mold can be kind of stable. $16.40, let's say 55. Can't see chat. Forgot about chat for a second. Hi, Hertz was wondering because you're on Neuro which hat. Oh, just forgot to take it off, and I like it. So the thing is, I had to do a whole setup thing for this hat to work, and it was because it has a green bow tie. I had to change this color of my usual green screen into a red screen or a magenta screen. And if I try to switch back, it's probably gonna scuff the hell out of it. So I just thought, well, let's keep the witch hat for today, just because I don't wanna deal with that right now. And yeah, that's just how it turned out, but it's not really anything special there. Heyo, hi. I was just expecting you. So I sent you the image of the gun we made last time. And I was wondering, the model you sent, did you model it, or is it like a model that you got and you printed, but the design comes from somewhere else? Just wondering. So yeah, this all looks good. I see the distribution looks fine. Now this stuff can be a pain to arrange. Just need a decent enough gap between each of these in order to, you know, keep the surface. Now this one's also kinda, so let me see if we can make center the pivot, and let's move the pivot over here. I think we might need to move this guy a little bit. Don't want it too much on top of the other one either. Cosplay Buddy bought it and dude printed it from him. He did such a shit job that I had to reprint. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I've had such a struggle with printing for the other gun, and yeah, it was like I've done some printing with the filament printing, but I'm usually very careful, and the things that I've made are usually like very basic designs, not so much artistic pieces. More like, okay, I need a cup holder that measures this size, something like that, you know? And yeah, that's pretty easy to print and to turn out, but when you're making something that has to look pretty and at the same time have some functional features, it gets crazy real quick. And I did get this model from Cults 3D, and I tweaked it a little bit. Faye, she's also a 3D artist, helped me tweak a couple of the pieces too, and then I tried to print it out. I'll do my metal internals and locks today, because printed internals were ass. The problem is I don't have anything to work with printed internals, but the printed internals did work decently for me. Like the gun was functional, you know. I did want some more. I did want to make it a little bit better, but I never got to make it fully function perfectly as well as I wanted. But yeah, maybe if we do this reprints, we can actually tweak it and make it a little bit better. I would love that. I don't know when, because I've been doing too much stuff lately, so where or when am I gonna shove the work of something else like that? But we don't have a huge deadline there, at the very least. So okay, we got this. This is the size we need. We might not need this to be as long as it is, but it's okay. We can use this to our advantage. So what we need is, first of all, we need this thing. It should be at the very least 5. Let's make a cylinder on this shape. Look at the face. I think this should be 3 or 5. Let me check real quick. Oh, so you're working on that today? I thought you were showing me something that you had been working on before. Oh wow, that's really like, what a coincidence. But yeah, well, you've got a lot of more metalworking experience than I do, definitely, and probably a lot more. What the hell? Probably a lot more tools in your workshop. Like, I don't have that many metalworking tools. I'm trying to, you know, get some more stuff here and there to improve, but I don't have the space, you know, nor the conditions, I would say, for full-on like metalworking and welding and all that stuff. Like, it's kind of out of my possibilities right now, not only because I would have to buy a bunch of stuff, but also because I don't think it's going to be very safe in the space that I have to work. You need more open space for that, right? Okay, so that's our magnet, just for the test. I worked on it before. I just wanted to say today, today you'll do it in a different way. Okay, so yeah, maybe in the future, if I had more experience, I would probably do it with some fun. I should get some water. I should do it with. I could do it with more bells and whistles, but right now I'm not that fully equipped. But yeah. Now the thing that I did get this time around, however, it's not the right size, I believe. I did get some heat inserts. Oh well, maybe. Let me see if I have heat inserts of different measurements. I think the one I have the most right now. So I just got some from the internet, and I got a bunch of M3 heat inserts, but I think I might have. Nope. No, yeah, I only got M3 heat inserts, which, I mean, they're good, but I think the build of my thing use some M2 and M1 heat inserts too, which I do not have. But yeah, this time maybe we can apply the heat inserts and make something a little bit better. I did get a lot of new stuff that maybe could help make the sign a little bit better. But yeah, like the big struggle I had was the printing. Because printing parts, there were a lot of parts that just didn't do great. Okay, I think this will work. Let's see. What the hell? Oh, what's this one? Ta-da! So that's our hair. That's a very good first part. Now what we need is to extrude everything else to make the rest of our piece. Maybe we can make it a little bit bigger, more of a cap, as you said before. So let's try that. I think I like that. Wait a This game is so cool. So the music we're listening today is Unbeatable. It's a game, a rhythm game that I think it's either right about to release or just released recently. I really wanted to play it, and I think it would be fun to play it at some point, even though I've never played rhythm games before, and I'm probably gonna suck at it. But it's just a game that's so stylish and cool that I really want to play it. Oh, it seems like this thing's not aligned. But yeah, that's okay. We can fix stuff a little bit. Okay, let's take it like this. So, oh yeah, oh no, it's just covered. But there's like a sticker that I was seeing here in the playlist. It's just, I don't think I have the screenshot. I don't know, it's just the main character in the same pose as Sonic from, I think it's Sonic Adventure or something like that, and it's just very silly. I like the vibes of this game so much. This game has, how to say it? This game got me sold only on the vibes. I don't really play rhythm games, I don't really do a lot of the stuff this game is about, but still I want to play it. Okay, so let's keep playing music. Nice. But anyway, first let's see if we can. Oh, okay, I think I'm gonna duplicate all of this again. Just in case, so I can be a little bit more destructive. And now I can delete faces that I don't need, which probably extends to here. I'll use this one. Let's say this way. This far is okay. Also, knowing this, we probably could have saved a lot of silicone. Now that I see that the hair needs to be shorter. But maybe I should check this IRL too. But anyway, we got this. This is going to be the main hair piece. And then I need to delete this to find a way to make sort of a decent straight line here. Then I'm going to make it like this. And if the excess is too much, I'll just cut it out later. Nope. Good idea to visualize it. What do you mean? Okay, so this is the body. This is going to be the main piece down here. So there's no very curved edges here. Or what I could do, shut up. Just I think I'll be a little bit more lenient here and just give it some extra space. So let's cut out this part down here. So how does that look? And then we extrude this to the intended. So the tricky part here is how do we extrude this irregularly? I need to extrude this to a thickness of about 3. Looks great like this, but I would like to taper off a little bit on the side so that it's a little bit thinner. So how do I make that extrude? Guess I'll have to do... I could do this. Not sure if this will work, but we can certainly do this. So delete this faces here, and then we will move this back. I need to select. Can I do the soft select transform component? I really hope I can. I think I can't. The hair, I mean, oh yeah, well, the thing is, yeah, we can make a more precise piece. Now, I'm only wondering, well, it doesn't look that hard now that I see it, but it seemed, I thought it could be kind of hard to make the shape if the mold was a little bit too round, but because it's kind of curved, I think it's going to be easy enough to cast. I only need a little bit of a, probably can add a couple of little hole vents on the side, but yeah. So now what we need is to shrink this stupid thing. Okay, so we got the cluster now, which is good, and then we go back to edges. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is the hard part of working with a model that I did not make and that I don't own, and that, yeah, like I just got from the internet. That it comes with the subdivisions pre-made and designed for rendering and looking pretty. Or maybe it's designed for a game engine, I don't know. But yeah, like this geometry, the way these things are divided, makes my work really, really a lot harder. Because if everything was properly divided in squares, for Maya it would be much easier to read and work with, rather than this being... But yeah, for now I think it's fine. Let's try and see if this can work a little. Come on. Oh no, it's because of this. Okay. What of that? Okay, I can vibe with this. Probably needs to go a little bit further down. There we go. Okay. So yeah, I think this will work. Now this, we need to bridge it together. That's gonna be a problem because the geometry is still so wacky, but it might work. Yes, it worked. Fine. Cool, 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 cool. Now, I think a bevel would be nice. Container, no. Two-edge perimeter. Let me bevel this out. Oh, we still need to mark this guy, and this guy, and this guy, and this guy. So yeah, I can show you right now. Well, give me a second. First, let me bevel this stuff. Yeah, I think this will work. So the problem is that whenever I have like Maya with square surfaces like this, makes it very easy to select stuff. Like if I want to select the whole edge here, I can just select the square until it from this way up, and it will select every single square in that line, and it's very easy to work it with. So you can see these faces that I made myself are very easy to select, deselect, move around, select more faces, select less faces. However, these ones that are the division, the subdivision that was made for the original model just to look pretty, well, it's a mess. If I try to follow a line, it does this little weird pattern stuff, which, I mean, okay, whatever, but it's not really useful. Like, why would I want to select like a kinda hexagonal pattern of this thing? So yeah, it's weird, but it's just how the model was made, and I cannot do anything about that. But yeah, that's what I get for not being a modeler myself. But anyway, I think this will work, and then we'll have this as the faces that go through. It is kinda overkill with the body and stuff, but I do like it being so thin. Maybe it could be thinner on the upper part and thicker on the underside. Okay, let's go back then. I have returned. How did it go? How was your run? Did you make it? Was good? What did you play? Feels so bad. Tried Aqua Javelin. The damage is pretty good, but it feels so bad to use. Yes, I know. Like, it doesn't feel nice. It's slow. It's like, I know the damage is a lot, but if you need to take care of a mob, the Javelin sucks. What if I picked all of this instead. Oh, but no, that's part of the problem. Okay. Yeah, the thing is, I would just love to see this. We can do something like this. And then compensate from down here and kind of balance it out. Might take a couple of attempts, but maybe we'll make it like this. Yeah, there we go. Well, this could work. Maybe a bit smaller, so I can make this one larger. Okay, I like this a lot more. So yeah, what I'm trying now is to have, so I need it to be thicker on the bottom so that all the strands fit properly. They're not too crammed into the mold. It's not really essential, but I think it will help. But I still want the upper part to be thin enough so it doesn't make a big bulge for the rest of the head. So I like this, I like this. Oh, you know what? It's a great moment to save. I'll try to design a special structure to shape the wireframe before the pour. Oh, I didn't see that comment. Wait. Also, you could try to design a special structure to shape the wireframe before the pour. I don't know exactly, like, you mean making a mold for the wire itself? Like some sort of like a knitting base thing? I've never tried that. Could give it a shot, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to do it and pull it off. Yeah, shaping rig. You happen to have some sort of example, like, hey, look at this guy who made this on the internet and something like that, so I can, like, I think I get your idea. I just don't know, I cannot visualize it in my head, like, how would I make that for the wire? Because what goes in my head when I think of what you're saying is something like, wait a second. This works. Shaping rig. So I think of, I don't know, maybe a shape similar to this one, but instead of, like, you have the hollow space and maybe a couple of pegs here and there. I'm gonna do this very roughly so we're on the same page. I'm a very visual guy, probably you already noticed, so sometimes I don't know how to express stuff unless I just make it on screen. Yeah, like something like this. with a bunch of pegs like this, so I can wrap the wire like here, and then from here go to here, and from here go up here, and from here go up here, and like make mesh with this sort of pieces. That's what I think with your idea of shaping, but maybe you have a better idea. Basically solid model, but with indentation for wire. Oh, okay, so just like printing this. So instead of printing the negative, I would print this piece with the hole for the wire. I hate when Windows does this. Okay. That sounds like a good idea. I would not know clearly with what tool could I use. Could I do that in Maya? Because in terms of geometry and topology, it sounds very complex. But it is an interesting idea, though. Okay, so we got this. I don't love that, though. But hey, that means we got some more space. That's good. That's good. Okay, so let's see. So here's the deal. Because this thing's a little bit thicker, I can't help but never use Maya. Like, but tell me, like, if you were doing it in Fusion or in whichever software you like to use, what would be the approach you would go for in order to design it? That's all we need. Like, oh, I would make a model of the wire, because that's the thing. Like, making a 3D model of organically bent wire sounds very complicated in my head. But maybe you have like a clear-cut idea of, well, you just need to, I don't know, make this curve and add that, and then make a negative boolean, and then do this and then that, and maybe I can translate your conception of how it's done in any other software into Maya. I drew traces on the surface. Okay. So you trace it, but just like freehand it with... would you freehand it with like a brush, or is it some more of a curve maybe? Okay, so wait, first let me take care of this real quick. So we need this shape to have this thickness, unfortunately, because it's the thickness of the magnet, and we need the magnet to snap in place. But that's good because it gives us a little bit more volume, and that volume we can use, actually. Oh, okay, we can roll this. This little bit of extra volume we can use. No. Never use smooth, remember? Never smooth your stuff in Maya unless you want stuff to crash. So this will be a little bit rough, and I think I'm gonna keep the model with this little indentation here. Like, it's gonna be very ugly, but ideally this is gonna be hidden underneath. But this is gonna give us the better shape here. It's gonna be hidden underneath the rest of the hair, and if it is a problem, I can cut it or sand it down. I'll draw traces on the surface and then extrude them with negative. Okay. I think I can visualize how to do that now. Give me a sec. Well, but yeah, so here I'm moving stuff a little bit more to the surface because I really want a clean edge. I don't want this, like, imagine if you can see through these edges and you see this line of solid stuff. It feels unnatural, it feels weird. So I'd rather have all of these pieces as close to the surface as possible, so that the hair looks a little bit more organic. It will still have a bit of a line down there, but maybe we can patch that up with a little drops of silicone, I don't know. Let me see if we can somehow bend it in. What the hell do you mean? Me. Okay, so I'm not ignoring you, blacksmith. I'm considering what you said, but well, I'm trying to keep on moving forward also with this mold, but at the same time I'm trying to think how to, like, what Maya tools could help me do what you're suggesting, because it might be helpful. I just don't know how. But yeah, I think I'm getting a glimpse of an idea, but I also want to get this mold done. Yeah. Just saying. Okay, delete all of this and reduplicate this object. What the hell? Oh. Okay. Okay. So yeah, I'm thinking maybe I could trace a curve using the magnet tool and then do what you're saying. Oh, give me a second. I can't process everything at once. Would a solid bit with indentation really be more practical than having pegs you wrap the wire around? Well, the thing with the pegs is that I'm not sure if it will give us support and stuff, because how do I remove the pegs from... I'm not sure if I'm gonna struggle a lot like taking it out of the pegs and stuff, but I think the pegs would be useful, like to bend stuff and just like having like a general shape. But now the problem is, I think the problem is not that I have a bunch of wire. The biggest problem, the most annoying thing is that I have so many pieces that are already casted. So I have to be careful with the silicone and the wires that are already coming out of those. Like if I was working with wire from scratch, I think it would be very simple to make a structure with the pegs and all that stuff. But right now we would be trying to do that with the wire that we already set up, and that's gonna be the tricky part, I believe. Okay, so here we go. And we fuse this and this. Okay, let's duplicate this stuff now. You and you. Where are you? You're inside of the group? No. There we go. So this would be our shape. It's much more in line with what we need, definitely. You can hammer and impress the wire indentations so that they stay in the shape. With pegs you can't really hammer. I've never tried that before. I'm not sure if this wire, like that's maybe something you can do with like hardware. Died on a floor bus 3, no! That's evil karaoke. Good luck. Tell us how it went. It was fun. I love evil karaoke's, but I don't want to get demonetized today. Wait, what happened to the music? I've already ran out of music. Any suggestions? Here my suggestions are Mario Kart World. I like Deltarune, but we got blasted last time, unfortunately. And Undertale also got us in trouble for some reason. It's very annoying. A little teeny weeny Heimer. I do have a little teeny weeny Heimer. Okay, Mario Kart World was okay. Okay, so this is gonna be the shape. Now we need to have any sort of idea of the shape of the mold itself. Well, let's reduplicate everything here. And now save, because this is a part that crashes everything usually. Da-da-da-da-da-dum. Oh. Okay, so we get this and Mesh Booleans Union. Pray to NEURO SAMA that this works. Texture the model so it looks more natural when the thick hair are blowing around. I did think about that. I don't feel like we are on the point of being able to do that right now. I do still need to learn a little bit of 3D and stuff in order to make that possible. But yeah, I would like to... I think it would be fun if instead of having this like smooth pieces, we have textured lines here. The problem there is that the textures cannot be like flat textures that you just apply on top of the surface. It would have to be modeled in and sculpted. And that's what would make it very, very hard to work with the workflow that I have, because I would need to have each piece sculpted separately. Like I think I need the work of a full-time sculptor or yeah, like a 3D sculpting artist to do that, because I would need to have the model straight up in the high poly, high fidelity one. I'm talking about the band mostly. Oh, this band? That's possible. Again, like making the strokes, it's not something I'm very masterful at when it comes to 3D. Well, yeah, so let's first see. We got this, and now we need to make a mold out of this. You know what? Let's do cube instead. Okay, so we need this thing to be about, what, this size? And this size. And the split is gonna be kind of annoying, but okay. Oh, but we have an easy way to pull it off. Yay! Okay. So this is the general shape of the mold. We might be able to, you know, make a little bit more. Okay, let's look at it from the top. Of course. This should be about enough for the mold. Don't know if we should make all this inside part full or hollow. I guess it doesn't matter if we're using resin, but still. With this. Now I would love to bevel this too. Not sure if this will work. What if first? So let me reset this tool because this is an absolute nightmare. There we go. I'm trying to arrange the shape a little bit better, maybe. Let's see if this makes for a better. Something like that. It's thick enough. Can't see chat. Haven't seen chat in a while. What about the band mostly? But yeah, you mean like making texture here, like adding strokes of hair and stuff here? I don't know if we can. What we could do is, god damn it. Maybe do something like this in order to have a bit of a more organic shape. Like this. You know? That's not doing great, honestly. I think it's fine. We can tweak this with little spots of silicone. I mean, the point is that you don't get to see this. Hopefully. Da-da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-da-dum. Da-da-dum, da-da-da-da-dum. It's fine. Da-da-da-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-da-dum. Ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-da-dum. Mm-hmm. Da-da-da-da-da-dum, da-da-da-da-dum. Okay, so we got this piece. Seems decent to me. I think we can print it this hollow, it's not that big. Okay, so now we have this. The only way to open this mold is from beneath. That's fact. Edge perimeter. And this one. Bevel edge. Segments 2, make it small. Oh, this will work. Do 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 do. God damn it. I just realized I screwed up. No, not really. Okay, there we go. Ah, stupid thing. This might just crash the program. There we go. Dum, 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 dum. Da, 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 dum, bum, ba-dum. Da, dum, ba, da, dum, bum, 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 bum. So yeah, we need this, but we don't need it to go all the way back here. We need to cap at some point. Okay, how about instead of doing this, are you gonna crash? Yep. All right. You know something? The Steam window was open right behind my Maya window. So something I find really funny is that 100% of players have died in a room of greed. Every single player. So I think we did save fairly close to the crash. I think I was actually going back, so there might be no problem with a little bit of backtracking here. So the tricky part with this kind of molds is making the split is kind of weird. It's loading. Da-da-da-dum, bum, bum, da-da-dum, bum. You cannot really? Cannot be monetized. Wait, which one? Yesterday's? Was this? I think this is the one we did with. So I just got more copyright claims in the. Yeah. More copyright claims on our copyright free stream, I believe. But I didn't allow monetization on that video intentionally, and it keeps bugging me with you broke the rules. Looks nice, and now I'll do the rest of the bevels, which is easy. Zuvler Varun, hello, welcome, hi. I'm not sure if this is before or after. I'll do another copy just in case. So now, this guy. Okay, I think I got it. What if we make... Oh, okay, I see the problem here. Yeah, this is an absolute abomination. What I would classify as terrible. Doesn't really matter. Let's do this. Then this part here, we can try to close in very gently, like this. Why don't we extrude it? No, you know what? Let's just. Bridge. And now fill hole. The UPS is starting to drive me crazy. Can you hear it beeping every 9 seconds? remember how we did this. Something like this, and then we would make the shape on itself. But now this thing, like this, and maybe shrink it a little bit like this. We're gonna use this side. Just don't love this here, it doesn't look healthy. She wants to ban everyone, say she's cute. Everyone who says she's cute or anyone who doesn't say she's cute. She's not cute, she's evil. Evil. Curse be my proxy UPS at my work started doing this too. Yeah, I really need to get it checked. It's gonna explode someday. Like every day is beeping even more loudly. And like, I don't know, like I do not trust the electrical infrastructure where I live, but I don't think, it can't be this bad that it's beeping every second. So, how do I split this stuff? God damn it. So I can visualize it in my mind, but I cannot make it. Which is very annoying. Okay, this feels easier to work with. Bridge. Fill hole. Can I subdivide the faces only? Yeah. Yes, but at what cost? Okay, that's more decent than what I expected, honestly. Sure, why not? Okay, this looks much cleaner than before. we have this. Then we just extrude it front and down, right? Not one. I'm gonna. You're so cute. Did you get banned? Does she actually ban people whenever she says that sort of wacky things? Never been targeted though. Yeah, I think I've seen them like time people out for no particular reason, like for saying something stupid or stuff like that. But I wonder if they've ever fully unbanned someone without justification, like for daring to say they're not the cutest AI or for saying Grok is better or something like that. Or calling her the clank word. Hello everyone, just to say, I was lurking the last days, got some work and I'm always tired. Yeah, I mean, it's alright, no worries. Glad to know you're still around. Yeah, I've also been like kind of slow working with this stuff, but I think we're on our way. This thing might need a little bit more space. I don't like that. It pisses me off. I don't even know where that... Well, I mean, I've seen the meme of the like weird worm creature in VR chat, but I don't know what what the context is. I don't like this rock. It pisses me off. Banning could be an issue since I might do another one. Well, yeah, that would be a problem, and also it would be like, well, you don't want to alienate your audience, right? Whoop, whoop. Okay. So here we are. I don't know if this will work. I hope it does. I don't know if we need any extra measures. Like, do we need spurs for the material to flow out? Do we need... No, okay, material will flow out by itself. to come up, people. Okay, now it's timed out. Well, yeah, I mean, usually timeouts, what's the most you can get for a timeout? If it's a silly thing. Yeah, maybe 5 minutes, 33 minutes. I think there was someone who got timed out like why for 20,000 hours or something like that, wasn't it? Weird glitch kind of thing. Well, it wasn't a glitch, but you know. Max for 10 minutes timeout. Okay, it's cool. Okay, so we get this, we got that. Trying to get them to time me out. I think it's always on a whim, right? You're trying to call evil cute, so she'll time you out. Or was it the other way around? Notice me evil. So, I don't see the flaws in my logic here, but I usually don't see the flaws in my logic until it's very late. So that's why I'm kind of worried of doing this. I would also love to have... We can add maybe some keys here. Evil's so cute, but I would ask for her. Wasn't she just saying that she would ban everyone who called her cute? Deep down, she just doesn't want to admit it, but she likes. Oh yeah, no, she loves to call herself evil. Sometimes it depends on the day. Like sometimes she'll wake up and she'll like, I'm the cutest AI alive. I'm cuter than my sister. I'm cuter than my father. And then the next day she'll be, I'm not cute. I'm evil. Evil. Yeah, that's just how she rolls. Can never know with her. Okay. It's gonna be a mess. I'm seeing people who usually gets noticed. Stanny D, that Sky Guy, OK Astral. These people are named so regular and offline chat. Don't spam, listen to what she says. You're making strats to get noticed by evil. Save. This is the part that usually crashes. Regulars often gift subs like Raiden and Jim Jam. Okay. There we go, crashed. Oh wait, haven't been showing stuff on screen for a while? Or did it just happen as this stuff crashed? Da, 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 da. Yep, it's gone. Good thing I saved right before, right? Dum, 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 dum. Do you want to open the crashed file or the... Let's try and open the crashed file. Maybe the boolean did come out. If not, we'll do the... I'll just reopen the other one. Oh, God. It's that intensive. I think it's because it's very careless. Like, it's much easier if you have proper topology, but because I'm doing a boolean over a boolean over a boolean, yeah, it's like Maya's a lot about having the proper topology and having stuff like faces joined and all that stuff, which unlike other softwares like Fusion and all that stuff, they for some reason don't really care. Even if you export a file from Fusion or Rhino, all of those stuffs, they usually don't appear as fused faces in Maya for some reason. So I'm guessing the way it works is much differently. Like it just makes the faces separately, but never has to know which one is linked to which other one. And I think that's part of the workflow that makes it much heavier for here. So the problem here is that I'm trying to make a freaking a boolean between these two pieces, but this piece is extremely complex because it's not only got the shape of the outer shell, but on the inside it's got the shape that we're looking for, the shape of our of our piece, right? So it's kind of complex, but doesn't follow a proper amount of edge flow, and that's very hard. How is you can run something heavy for you? I don't know if it's got. I think it's got to do more with the logic. Like I don't have that much of a. I don't remember my graphics card. I think it's a 2016. So yeah, it's kind of old. But it's decent. Like it's got a good power horse. But it's more like the logic of the software and how the pieces are arranged sometimes just kills it, because it's not designed to do this sort of stuff. But it's what I know how to use, so I just roll with it and try again. Okay, so we got this one. What's this then? Yeah, maybe we can do mesh booleans intersect, maybe. Really? Wait, what? It's not an intersection. What the hell is going on? File. Well, let's triangulate this stuff. Maybe that will help. Mesh booleans. I need this minus this. So I think the problem here is that one of the sides is just the right size, and that's part of what makes this a problem. It's more of a logic problem, because this thing is right at the surface. That's not good. However, can we go before triangulate? Let's see. So I need to shrink all of this just a little. Maybe I'll just cheese it. Wonder if this will fix it, just because math. So this, yeah, minus this. Mesh booleans, let's save. Almost will give it a name. Ah, math worked. Kinda. You. Crashed? No, it didn't crash. Alright. But that's not what I wanted. Yeah, it didn't do anything. Okay, there we go. What is this? Oh, it's the copy. Okay. Okay, so there we go. This shape looks terrible. Oh god. Everything here looks terrible. What the hell is that? But I think I could print this out and sand it or something. No, I think I got it. No, I need to make it thicker, maybe? Oh, because I'm doing intersection. That shape works. But the inner shape, I had to do is the other way around from the start. No, 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 no. Maybe I did. So you have this like that. Fine. Okay. Oh, did you get error again? It didn't. It did work, but I think I made a mistake myself instead. But maybe it's easy enough to fix. So let's get rid of these. Is this a Boolean shape? Yeah. Rid of these and that, and see if we can from the top. Da-da-dum, da-da-dum, da-dum. How about this? Seems more stable to me. If this works, we're done. If it doesn't, don't know. Let's save. Okay, yeah, this looks good. Don't like that face over there. it's just a single phase. If it's just a single phase, we can just take it out. If it's misery, yeah. You are not welcome here. Everything else seems fine. So yeah, there's these weird spikes which suck. Probably gonna have to sand those down because the printer is gonna make a mess out of those. But this seems like functional. And now this. Could it be? Seems okay, it seems feasible. Yeah, the geometry's a mess, but bear with me, I guess. Everything else looks fine. Okay. So now all we need to do is maybe just place it face. There we go. Nice and pretty. Okay, I think we have it. So here's our mold. Part A, part B. I don't know what this is though. What the fuck? Is this kind of a seal? I don't know what caused that. Probably the shape of the boolean. Okay, but it's fine. Like that side I could sand down, I could break, I could whatever. So I could try and print this out and see how that works. Oh dear God, like this is weird. This shape up here is very weird. Yeah, no, this is not how it should be. How about here? Look at the sizes of the files crashing. Well, they are decently sized. Yeah, they're probably about... I don't know. Yeah, like, I don't know what caused this shape. I don't like that. Also, this thing's way too tall. Well, no. Oh, okay, I see. Oh, I see. Okay, so this could work. Yeah, it's sort of like a key shape. Very odd key. We can roll with that. Don't see anything that could cause locking except for that, but maybe more RAM could help. No, the thing is, I don't think it's a problem with the device. Oh, wait, you're not seeing the computer. I'm working on Maya. Maybe it seems to you like I'm just giving up and not done anything, but I've been working on this thing for a while and it seems like it's working. Give me a second. Where is my... There we go. Sorry about that. So yeah, I've been for a while just showing you nothing, but we have made some progress. But yeah, the thing is, it's usually not the... I don't think it's the computer that needs more horsepower or anything like that. We can see, yeah, yeah, sorry about that. I didn't see the stream window. I was just looking at my screen and the chat, but not at the stream itself. But yeah, look at that. So here you have the piece. So it made this very weird shape up here, but it works sort of as a key. Like this fits perfectly up there in this little rim and gives you the shape of the... It's kind of weird because it means like the upper part is gonna act strangely, But it doesn't matter, like up here I don't really care about what happens, since I can sand it down and cut it. Yeah. Sorry for that. Like, I think you've been for an hour or so watching absolutely nothing while I've been working on this. But yeah, so it seems like we're done. Like this, I think it's not the prettiest thing I've ever made, but it seems like it could work. Same concept as the other one. It's like the one that failed, but the one that failed had a lot of holes on the side. This one's just straight up the cap shape, and it might be more than enough. So what do you say? We could try and print this out. Do you see any big like oversights here? So the only iffy part I see is this one, but I think so it did come out kind of weird, but it is not, does not seem like a problem part for me. So that part is, so you can see this is the shape of the piece itself, right? So this part over here is just this part here, and it's to keep the same thickness of the thing. Like I would have rather have this piece of the mold on the other half and having this one just be like this flat disc, but for some reason something went wrong on my booleans. I think it's probably got to do with the fact that I made the shrink. Yeah, because I shrank it on this axis too. The intersection would be weird. Shrunk it like this and that. And the intersection, I don't know, this might not be working. What if it doesn't fit? Don't want to risk that. But that's pretty easy to see, right? Like this. So it seems to fit in here. Like this is just a key and this goes straight up here. And that's how you get your void space back here. So in theory, this would work. So we could print this out or we could try to fix that, but I don't know. No, I'm gonna crash it, it's gonna crash. Ah! Why did I move that? Shouldn't have moved that. Ah! Okay. Alright, so now let's see if this works. Like, if this works, we'll be fine. So open Cheeto box, the good one. How gigahertz? What's that? Oh, it's Pikachu. Oh, that's from Rizzo? Why does Rizzo have the emote? Could not save? What the hell? Okay. Oh, I I see the problem. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, now I can show you Cheetahbox, how I work. This might be of your interest, Blacksmith. How I work with Cheetahbox, even though I use the older version because the new one is trash. But yeah, you can see a little bit how to prepare files for printing here. Now let me see if I can set it up on the screen though. Cheetahbox, there we go. So yeah, this is Cheetahbox, and here I can just drag and drop my files. Just love when my objects don't have a... Oh god. What is that? Okay. I think I need to triangulate them. So there we go. See if this one's a little bit less glitchy. Yeah, decently glitchy. So first I rotate them into the place where I need them, which is this and this. Okay, everything looks clean. Move them around, set them up. So it seems like a short enough print. I hope it's thick enough though. So this thing needs holes. I'm gonna make a big hole for filling it up with resin once I'm done. I think this will be a good place to do that. Oh, I haven't hollowed this out, right? So hollow. I should do 1.2 millimeter walls. I know the standard's a little bit thicker sometimes, but I like 1.2 so I don't waste too much material. And yeah, now we can make the big hole. Big hole. Big hole. Come on, there we go. Big hole. This one, I'm not sure where to place the big hole. Where's the biggest gap? Somewhere on the sides, but I'm not sure if 2 sides would be okay. Okay, it's a decent gap. I guess the easiest way would be putting it on one side like this so I can cast from here and throw it all in. Maybe not. About here. Okay. So this will work for casting. I'll add a couple extra holes. Smaller ones. Usually do 2 millimeter for the smaller ones. For this resin to drain out. Yeah, here and here and here and here. Don't really care that much, honestly. Try to keep the key clean. This key it could be helpful for the model to assemble, and also this, but well. And I think that might be more than enough. Let's put one here. Just trying to think, like, if this was hanging upside down and full with liquid, where would the liquid pile up? And yeah, I could see it piling up here and here. Like, obviously on the top is where all the liquid would strand, but where could you filter it out? And maybe something like this. Come on, really? There we go. Yeah, something like that will do. I actually don't care a lot about the holes because they're very easy to clean. Or to patch up later. So this guy needs a hole at the bottom in order to not have any suction cups here. Let's see if we can find a good place. Okay, so here we have a little bit of an issue. Not that much. It opens up on the top. All right. But the casting is gonna be interesting since this part is closed off. Okay, so that means this part does have a suction cup that we need to deal with here. Then we have another one here. We only need one more here and another one on the other suction cup. So because this thing is closed, even if it eventually becomes a single hole on the top, for this layers, which is from layer 32, no, layer 30 all the way to layer 98, that means it's almost like 60 layers of having a little suction cup there that could be a problem. So I'd rather make a little hole, make sure the air can get in and get out, and yeah, not care about that. The other one's much simpler because it's like a big block, but this one, because it's like a big curve and has some gaps, maybe you need, you know, more. Yeah, there we go. I think this is fine. So we could try leaving this to print and see what happens. One AFK here and there. Yeah, I know your deal. I know I'm your podcast for working. And yeah, no problem whatsoever. So I guess we could try and print this out, see what happens, and pray for the best. Now, we're probably soon going for lunch. We could come back to here and... No, I think we'll do that another day. I think we should go into the workshop and use the workshop, like in the workshop, to do more stuff, especially if this mold comes out and it all looks well. I think it would be better to move on from there. So what I could do, well, right now I'm gonna make the print. Hopefully the printer decides not to act up today. So let me go check the printer out. I'm gonna make a quick print without anything on it, just to see if the screen is working properly. And then I can print if it works. So what I usually do now that I know this thing is busted, kinda, I do a detection test. Yeah, right now it's glitching. Turn off, back on. Tools, detection test. Still weird, very weird though. Yep. So I don't know what the factor is, but sometimes when I turn it on, it works, sometimes it just doesn't. I don't know. Let's see. So right now it's still doing the thing where it prints. I made the detection test, like just light up the whole screen, and instead of lighting the whole screen, it makes like a glitchy matrix kind of stuff. Select settings. What the hell? Oh, this. Save. While this is saving, let's try this again. So yeah, it's really not working today. I don't know why. Some days it works, some days it doesn't, but how do I manage with this? Glitchy mess. I don't know, last time I made 2 different tests and the tests went really well without anything set. Try knocking on it. I already tried. Oh, it worked. Yep, now it's working. Let's try another detection test. Decent. Yeah, it seems to be all right. Okay, now let's take out the file, place it, and I'll do another safety print without that, without anything. So it's a 2-hour print, so it won't take too long after lunch if it works. Right now it's not printing anything. Like, I did press print and it's running, but I just want to see if the screen lights up properly. That's all I need right now. But yeah, knocking on it did work. So maybe it is what you said about the LCD. The LCD cable not being properly connected. So maybe I need to open this guy up and see if I can just nudge the LCD. Yeah, it's working all right. Stop printing, yes. Can weigh my VAT this time. Also, I should put the heater on because it's kind of cold in here. The good thing is that because it's such a tight little closet, it heats up really quick. Now, I need my scale. Scale, scale, scale. So I'm gonna close the door. I'm not sure if the mic's gonna start glitching out because of that. But yeah, I'm gonna start pouring the resin into the printer. This gray one. Where's my blue? Oh, there it is. So I'll do a second print, just for the sake of it. If it works, we ball. Yep, it works. So 150 grams of resin. The vat. And there we go. The vat is in position. All right. So I'm not sure if you could hear me before because I was behind closed doors, but I'll have more time tomorrow, Friday and Sunday, if you want to open it up and need consultation. It would be a good idea. Let me see if we can schedule it up. It depends on how much progress we make, but it might be useful. Also, probably we don't need to print a lot more in this project. So the thing is, we've had like one problem after another and all that stuff, but I think I would rather approach this as finish neuro, and after we finish neuro, we can do like a checkup on all the stuff and, you know, go back, and when we don't have the rush of we need to deliver by this time or the subathon is ending soon, you know, all that stuff. But if we have some time to spare, on Sunday I'm not gonna be streaming, but Friday and Saturday we could try. All right, so give me your biggest cheeky bricky because this stuff's already printing. All right, so it is running. More time tomorrow, Friday, and Sunday. Tomorrow, I don't know. So the thing is, my schedule is a mess right now. But yeah, I would definitely need that sort of assistance at some point. But we'll see, don't worry. And in the meantime, so yeah, this is printing. We'll pray that it works. Hopefully it will. So my plan is I'll leave this printing. I think I can end this stream because we're moving into the workshop setup. So I'll end the stream instead of having a lunch break this time, and I'll see you on the other setup after lunch, where we can keep working on Neuro and Evil. Because this thing will take a long time to print. Well, a long-ish time. Let's say about 2.5 hours. So probably by the time I make it back. Sure, take it easy. I appreciate your help a lot. Like, you were incredibly helpful, Blacksmith. You've been Grandy. I don't know, what do you prefer, Blacksmith or Grandy? Or Adalbert. It's kind of a... doesn't roll on the tongue that much, but yeah, like whatever you want to be called, it was fine. But yeah, you're very, very helpful all the time with your advice and stuff. But yeah, the thing is, I need to schedule things in my mind to keep making progress. Like, I would love to just do R&D forever and ever, but at the same time, we need progress. We need something. We haven't made a video in a while, and we're not gonna make another one in a while. So yeah, let's push for it, hopefully a little bit. But yeah, so I guess that's the plan. So if you are on a decent time zone to watch the stream in a couple of hours, I'll see you then. If you are on the other side of the world and you want to go to sleep, well, be my guest. And yeah, see you eventually, but we'll be streaming again after this. Could we stream someone? Could we raid someone today? It's kind of early. I don't even know who streams at this times. I know Cupid was live. Oh, I don't have music on. So yeah, who is raidable right now? Well, Vettel. We could raid Vettel. They're not gonna or Shumimi, since she was been very excited on. I don't know. Yeah, I want to raid Vettel. Let's raid Vettel with our 10 viewers, 8 viewers. Probably most of you are already watching Vettel right now, but it's just gonna be fun. I can say I've raided Vettel at least once. So alright, Twitch, you're raiding Vettel. $7,000 people, insane, absolutely insane. Raid Vettel JP. Oh, good idea. Can I cancel the raid? I already pressed. Cancel. Cancel. Alright, we're raiding Vettel JP then. Thanks for your suggestion. Too late now. We are going to Vettel JP, and it's all your fault, Blue Cloud. And YouTube's, I don't even know. Nah. Penny Puffball, Loki Bird, Fangxi. I like Fangxi, but I don't know. Oh, Penny Puffball's playing Mappy. Sold. Alright, so yeah, see you just in time for the raid. So we're raiding Vettel Japan in in Twitch, and we're raiding Penny Puffball, I think, in YouTube. So yeah, be my guests, you know the deal. Step motion raid, have fun. Probably, well, I mean, maybe in Japan they will notice you, but I don't know, Neuro is probably too busy, or well, Evil is probably too busy singing. But yeah, take care, and I'll see you after the lunch break. I'll make a new stream for that. Alright, so take care, thanks for stopping by, and yeah, I'll have fun. So, how do I do this? Alright, see you, 3, 2, 1, bye-bye.